The distress beacon pierced through the void of space like a scream in the darkness. Elsa's fingers trembled as she initiated the emergency transmission from the research station, orbiting Kepler 442b. Around her, the walls groaned under the strain of the Zithoran assault, their plasma weapons tearing through the station's outer hull with methodical precision. "Transmission sent," she whispered, her voice barely audible over the alarms. "But they're 3 systems away. We'll be dead before... Then we buy time." Verk interrupted, his jaw set with determination as he sealed another bulkhead. The young engineer's hands worked with practiced efficiency, rerouting power from non-essential systems to the shields. Earth doesn't abandon its own. The Zithorans had made a fatal miscalculation. For centuries, they had terrorized the outer colonies, preying on the peaceful species that inhabited the gentler worlds of the galaxy. They had studied humanity's research stations, observed their scientists and engineers, and dismissed them as soft scholars, easy prey like all the others. They didn't know about Earth. They didn't know about the Death World. Elsa pulled up the security feeds, watching as the insectoid warriors cut through the station's defenses. 6-limbed creatures, each standing over 2 meters tall, their exoskeletons gleaming with bioluminescent war patterns, 40 of them, maybe more, against 2 humans armed with nothing but their wits and whatever tools they could improvise. "Sector 7 is breached," Verk reported, his voice steady despite the odds. "We've got maybe 10 minutes before they reach the core. Then, we make them regret every second." Elsa's fear transformed into something else, something primal that her ancestors had perfected over millions of years of surviving Earth's hostile environment. She began typing rapidly, accessing the station's environmental controls. Verk understood immediately. "You're going to vent the atmosphere?" "Partially, and I'm cranking the gravity to 2.5 Gs in the outer sections." Her smile was grim. "Let's show them what a death world feels like." The Zithorans had evolved on a low-gravity world with a thin atmosphere. They were ambush predators, built for speed and precision in comfortable conditions. They had never experienced true hardship, never needed to adapt to a planet that actively tried to kill them. Humans were different. Humans were forged in fire. The environmental changes hit the Zithran strike team like a physical blow. Warriors who moments ago had been advancing with confidence suddenly found themselves crushed under gravity that felt like a mountain pressing down on their carapaces. Their breathing apparatus struggled with the thinning air. Several collapsed immediately, their legs buckling under their own weight. "Direct hit," Verk reported, monitoring their progress. "But the ones in the intersections are still coming." Elsa's hands flew across the controls. She overloaded the lighting systems in Corridor 12, flooding it with ultraviolet radiation. Zithoran screams echoed through the station as their sensitive optical organs burned. She sealed blast doors, vented sections, and turned the station itself into a weapon. But there were too many. They were adapting, pushing through despite the losses. "Elsa," Verk said quietly, pulling her attention to his console. "I've been working on something. The station's fusion reactor. If I destabilize it just right, we can create a controlled overload. Not enough to destroy the station, but enough to generate an electromagnetic pulse that'll fry their equipment and hopefully their nervous systems. How long will it take? 4 minutes to set up. But I'll need to do it manually from the reactor level." He met her eyes. "They'll be between you and me." Elsa wanted to protest, to find another way, but she knew there wasn't one. This was what humans did. They made impossible choices and carried them through. "I'll cover you. Go." Verk moved before she could change her mind, disappearing through the maintenance shaft. Elsa turned back to her controls, her heart hammering against her ribs. She pulled up every remaining defense, every trick she could think of. Fire suppression systems became weapons. Maintenance drones became battering rams. She fought for every second with the desperation of someone who knew that help was coming, that they just had to survive long enough to see it. 3 Zitherans burst into the command center. Elsa grabbed a plasma torch from the emergency kit and swung it in a wide arc. The lead warrior shrieked as the superheated flame caught its antenna. She kicked another in what she hoped was a vulnerable joint, her earthborn strength sending it sprawling. But the third one was faster, its clawed appendage catching her across the shoulder. Pain exploded through her body, but Elsa didn't stop. Couldn't stop. She drove the torch upward, and the Zithoran reeled back. "Verk," she gasped into her comm. "Any time now." 30 seconds! Get to the shielded bunker!" Elsa ran, her wounded shoulder screaming in protest. Behind her, more Zitherans poured into the command center. She could hear their clicking communication, sense their confidence returning. They thought they had won. They were wrong. The pulse hit like the fist of an angry god. Every Zitheran on the station convulsed as the electromagnetic wave overloaded their neural pathways. Their biomechanical weapons sparked and died. Their communication systems went dark. And in that moment of shocked silence, Elsa heard it. The most beautiful sound in the universe. The deep, resonant hum of human warship engines. The Earth Defense Force had arrived. Through the station's cracked viewports, Elsa watched as the Armada materialized from faster-than-light travel. 30 warships, each one bristling with weapons forged in the gravity wells and pressure cookers of humanity's death world. The lead vessel, the EDF Indomitable, moved with predatory grace toward the Zytheran fleet. The alien ships attempted to flee. They didn't make it far. Verk found Elsa in the bunker 20 minutes later, both of them battered but alive. Through the viewport, they watched as human Marines secured the station, moving with the casual confidence of apex predators in their element. Did you ever doubt they'd come? Verk asked. Elsa shook her head, a tired smile crossing her face. Never. You don't survive on a death world by abandoning your pack. Later, the Galactic Council would receive a message from the Zythoran hegemony, a formal apology and a request for peace talks. They had learned what the rest of the galaxy already knew. Humans were different. Humans were dangerous. And, most importantly, humans protected their own. The SOS had awakened the Deathworlders Armada, and the galaxy would never be the same.